Many insurance or practice managers want to analyze what procedures are performed based on a primary diagnosis or what primary diagnosis generates procedures. They also want to compare providers' performance, comparing the number of procedures performed by each or the number of diagnoses assigned by each. eyeReport number 70 should be used for this analysis. This eyeReport will show you the net fees generated by a procedure associated with the primary diagnosis code, or the number of procedures performed associated with the diagnosis, or a provider comparison by the number of procedures performed. It will also show you the net fees generated by a primary diagnosis associated with a procedure, or the number of primary diagnoses related to the procedures, or a provider comparison of the diagnosis assigned. Summary or detailed views are also available. To use the eyeReport, open eyeReport number 70, click the CPT Fees by ICD-9 Across Columns tab, and click the Refresh Data button to get the latest office-made data. In the upper left are filters to query eyeReport on the dates for the report. Select a date of service year or a month and year. For example, January 2012. The results are presented with the CPT type of service. Click the View CPT Codes button to view the results by CPT code. CPT codes and the net fees by primary diagnosis are across the columns. Click a plus sign to see the details by CPT code. You'll see the fee slip date and number and patient name. Each column is also a filter, so you can list less CPT codes or search for a specific code, fee slip date, or fee slip number, or patient name. The primary diagnosis list can also be made smaller. You can also filter by CPT codes, by diagnosis, by insurance company, or by provider. Click the CPT Units by ICD-9 Across Columns tab to see the same results by units. So for example, 4 procedures were performed for CPT 92014 related to diagnosis 224.6. Filters are available in the upper left for diagnosis groups or provider or insurance. Click the CPT Units by Provider tab to compare the number of procedures performed by each provider during the period you select. Click the ICD-9 Fees CPT Across tab to see the primary diagnosis codes listed down and the procedures listed across. So for example, diagnosis 365.01 generated $1,105 for procedure 92014. You can also filter by the CPT type of service, as well as provider and insurance. Click the ICD-9 Units CPT Across tab to see the primary diagnosis codes listed down and the procedures listed across. So for example, diagnosis 365.01 generated 17 procedures 76514 codes. Click the ICD-9 Units by Provider tab to see a comparison of providers and the number of patients they have seen with their designated diagnosis codes. Should you have any questions about these or any other eyeReports, don't hesitate to contact eyeReport support.